The process of creating a solar panel starts with sand. Most solar panels are made from silicon, which is found in beach sand, specifically quartz sand. This quartz sand is smelted at very high temperatures in an arc furnace until all that's left is high purity silicon. Next, the chunks of silicon are put into another cylindrical furnace and smelted into a single ingot. During this process, boron is added to the ingot to give the silicon a positive charge. Next, the ingot is precisely cut into paper-thin slices called wafers. Metal conductors are added onto the wafers, which are responsible for collecting the electrons once they have been converted from sunlight. Finally, a thin layer of phosphorus is added, which gives a negative charge. These individual cells are then soldered together, and a thin sheet of glass is placed over them to protect the panel from the elements. The panel is now completed, but before it can be sold, it has to undergo rigorous testing to ensure it's up to par. The testing consists of flashes of light at very specific temperatures and air conditions to determine factors such as power output, efficiency, and temperature tolerance. Most of the pollution comes from the manufacturing and disposal process. Silicon is a key component for making solar cells because it's responsible for converting sunlight to electricity. One way of obtaining silicon would be to mine quartz. Mining for any type of ore or mineral usually creates pollution in the area. Loose sediment can enter nearby bodies of water or enter the atmosphere as particulates. This can cause problems to the population or wildlife. Once the quartz is obtained, it is heated in a furnace which typically releases pollutants into the air like sulfur dioxide or carbon dioxide. In the manufacturing process, chemicals are used to prepare the silicon for making wafers of monocrystalline or polycrystalline. One byproduct of using a chemical is silicon tetrachloride, which is a harmful air pollutant that can increase the chances of lung disease if it is not handled carefully. Also, if silicon tetrachloride is exposed to water, it will form hydrochloric acid, a corrosive substance that can be bad for both humans and the environment. There are some panels that contain toxic materials. However, they are contained in the panels and are mostly concerned during production and disposal. It would take decades before a solar panel would need to be disposed of. These toxic materials are found in other electronics, but is mainly only concerned when disposing of them. Despite all these potential sources of pollution, solar photovoltaic systems are still considered a clean source of energy. When compared to the other major energy sources, it does not produce nearly as many pollutants or greenhouse gases. This pollution only occurs when manufacturing the solar panels. When the solar panels convert sunlight to electricity, it does not produce any pollution at all. The recycling programs for solar panels with salvaged materials, reducing the amount that will be disposed of. Research is improving the technology of manufacturing and recycling. There are organizations that regulate the manufacturing, making sure that the manufacturing minimizes the amount of waste it produces.